Camino El Castillo de San Lorenzo El Real del Chagres, part of the fortifications of the Caribbean coast of Panama, declared World Heritage and is located within the protected forest and protected landscape of San Lorenzo. Usually people know this site as Fort San Lorenzo. However, its correct name is El Castillo de San Lorenzo El Real del Chagres, built by the Spanish crown at the end of the 16th century. Behind me, you will be able to appreciate the mouth of the Chagres River, the main reason why the Spanish crown built El Castillo de San Lorenzo in this position, and its main objective was to protect the entrance of this river that was part of the Camino de Cruces. This route took us to the city of Panama, created in the Pacific. Through this road the river was navigated to what we know as Gamboa until reaching the town of Las Cruces, and from there the journey by land began until reaching the city of Panama. There were two roads that connected the Caribbean Sea with Panama City, El Camino de Cruces and El Camino Real. The latter crossed the mountain range and was protected by what we know as the historic monumental complex of Portobello. Two fortifications to protect these two roads that led us to Panama City. Through these roads all the gold, silver and spices that were extracted from South America were transported to be shipped and taken to Spain. In the dispute over resources and lands, this site was attacked countless times by pirates and corsairs. However, I'll leave you with my partner who will give you more details about these attacks.
Thanks, Matthew, for the opportunity. Hello, my name is Keisha. In the dispute over resources and lands, this site was attacked countless times by pirates and corsairs. I could mention the French, Dutch, Portuguese, and British, the latter being the ones who managed to seize and destroy El Castillo de San Lorenzo on 3 occasions. Among their figures we can mention Francis Drake, Henry Morgan, William Parker, Joseph Bradley, and Edward Vernon. Summarizing the main attacks on El Castillo de San Lorenzo El Real del Chagres, I could tell that in 1596, during the construction of the first castle of San Lorenzo, Francis Drake managed to attack and destroy it. In 1671, Henry Morgan, before taking Panama City, took El Castillo de San Lorenzo, instructing Captain Joseph Bradley to create a diversion by sea, when 400 men had already landed in a nearby town. These men, while the attack was taking place by sea, they crossed the dense jungle and managed to attack the Spanish soldiers from the rear and seize the castle. In 1740, Admiral Edward Vernon, in a personal revenge, attacks and destroys El Castillo de San Lorenzo El Real del Chagres. Then the crown rebuilds El Castillo de San Lorenzo as we see it today. I return with you, Matthew, so that you can continue with the introduction.
Thanks, Keisha. At the end of the colonial era, the Camino de Cruces was losing importance until the California Gold Rush, where the route takes a new boom. Now for the transfer of gold from the west coast to the east coast of the United States, resulting in the construction of the Panama Interoceanic Railway connecting the Atlantic side with the Pacific side through a railway line, and the construction of the city of Colón in 1850. In 1903, Panama declared its separation from Colombia, and in 1904 work began on the construction of the Panama Canal by the North Americans. It is determined that the area surrounding the canal would become the area for the management and protection of the canal called the Canal Zone, giving way to the construction of infrastructures and military bases, including in 1911 the military air naval base of Fort Sherman. It is no coincidence that the same place that had been used by the Spanish crown almost 300 years ago to protect the entrance to the Chagres River would now protect the Atlantic entrance of the Panama Canal. The North American government, in compliance with the Torrijos-Carter Treaty, handed over the Castillo de San Lorenzo El Real del Chagres to the government of Panama on October 1, 1979, a site that was still segregated at the Fort Sherman Air Naval Military Base. The Castillo de San Lorenzo was received by Dr. Reina Torres de Arauz in a ceremony held in this place. The Castillo de San Lorenzo El Real del Chagres is named by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1980. The entire territory of the Fort Sherman military base passes into the hands of Panama in accordance with the treaties on December 31, 1999. To conclude this introduction, full of pride and satisfaction, we can inform you that the restoration works of El Castillo de San Lorenzo El Real del Chagres are being carried out, for its exclusion from the list of UNESCO heritage sites in danger in which it is located. For this reason 100% of the areas could not be visited. However, we urge you to take many photographs to have that beautiful memory of having made a visit during this period, and to keep in your memory how it was and how our heritage is going to be. In the same way, we ask you to help us preserve our heritage by keeping the relevant biosafety measures established by the health authorities of Panama. Remember, inside the castle you should not drink or eat. You must eat in the places designated by our staff. We must not ride the walls or canyons. We must use the designated areas to perform physiological needs. We must not scratch or mark the walls. During the tour of the Castillo de San Lorenzo, you will find 15 blue information stations that will provide you with more details of the history of this incredible place. Thank you for helping us take care of your heritage, and we hope you enjoy your visit.